Alright, so in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to get set up with Golden Cheetah 3.0 on Windows. Once you followed the link and downloaded, go ahead and run that application. I agree to their user license and then pick a destination folder. So we'll go ahead and pick a basic Golden Cheetah at C:, install. Once that's finished, navigate to your C:, to your disk drive, and you should see Golden Cheetah there. Open up goldencheetah.exe, and then it will ask you to create a new user profile. So go ahead and click New, and we'll create a user called Joe G. And date of birth, sex, metric units, or imperial units. So if you want to see all of your data in metric or in standard units, you can choose it now or later. I'll go ahead and just choose metric. And your weight, your critical power, if you know it, and these other items. So go ahead then click Save, and now you have your athlete. Once you click here, this will default the program. And now whenever you open this program, it will have Joe G as your athlete profile opened up here in the upper left hand corner. You see that. Now right now we do not have any data. We need to go ahead and import some data. So navigate to a folder that may contain some of your data, maybe something like your SRM data. So I keep mine in my Dropbox account. Here, and I'll go ahead and just upload these to my account that I've created. Go ahead and click Save and Finish. So now you have a couple of pieces of data. When you have your data, you'll have this kind of screen showing. This right here is the tabbed view. So this shows all of the different items that Golden Cheetah has by default. You can change these at any time. You can rearrange them. So if you wanted maybe the details later than your critical power curve, maybe you want your summary, your critical power, your ride, it doesn't matter what you do here. If you want to change your view settings on your ride, this will be a very common thing you'll do. You'll want to change what's called the smoothing. And so if you highlight the upper area of that graph, you can change the smoothing from 1 second all the way up to 100 seconds worth of sampling. Now if that isn't enough sampling, you can go to the upper left hand corner with the down arrow, and then you can see all the chart settings. So in this case, you can change the shading. I prefer the Power Plus shading because this will show you your shading with your zones that you define. Here's where you can change time or distance. If you're looking at a time trial, distance might be very helpful. If you're looking at a workout where you do intervals, then time might be the one you want to see. And here you can increase the smoothing all the way up to 600 seconds, so higher smoothing than other programs offer. And we'll just keep it right, I don't know, maybe around 60 or so. You can change it here if you wish. Torque, maybe torque's not important. You can get rid of torque. You can adjust these however you feel. So when you feel like you have a good set of settings, you can go click on Done. You can see all this. Now there's another view that I like, which is the non-tabbed view. So here's the non-tabbed view. It allows you to see all of your screens all in one page, one window. And these can be adjusted and different things can be customized here. So if I wanted to make this one larger this way, maybe I wanted to make this one screen here fit on the width. Same with this. Maybe my critical power I don't really care to see right away. I want to move my ride up, drag and drop that up, and now you can see your different ways to customize that. On the left hand side, normally you would see your activities. So right now it defaults you do not see that. So you actually have to uncheck left sidebar and then click on that again. Then you get your workouts and your activities. So these are the two activities that I've uploaded. This does not show all of the features. You have to go down to the little clock in the bottom left hand corner that says intervals. Click on that. Now you can see different intervals on the left hand side, quick and easy. If I wanted to create a new interval, it's very simple on this screen. You just click on the ride somewhere, drag and drop the mouse, clicking the mouse, dragging it over and letting it go will select a new interval. So here's my new selection. It's all of 13 watts, but you can see this. I want to make this a little slightly larger. Maybe I don't need this screen to be slightly smaller, and this shows me more information. So I can customize this. I can make this larger, smaller, however I wish it to be. So that's one way you can customize it. You can see different parts of your training. You have the home button will go through, right now we do not have much data here, but we can see all the data that we have. We can see all the totals, 7 hours and 13 minutes, all of your averages and things. So if you wanted to look at maybe the last week of your training, this would be helpful. Your diary has a setup with calendars, so the dates would be highlighted when you have data. So you can see here the 22nd and the 23rd of July of 2001 has some data. And then if you were to go through and have more data, that you could go through and check out your history of those kinds of things. So let's say you have some data and you want to import more data. If you go on to Activity, Import from File, that's where you would import your data from a file or download from device. So usually you would have your Garmin or your other cycling computer installed. Right now I do not have any devices hooked up, but if you did, you could have your Joule, your Power Tap, your SRM, and the Garmin also shows up on here. So you can rescan, but like I said, I do not have one connected. So here you can download from device, create a manual activity. I don't usually use this, but maybe you have some data that you would want to put in, but you didn't get it collected on your computer. So if you did something, maybe at a CompuTrainer session or something. So those are all good things. Now let's say you have all of this stuff and you wanted to upload an activity to something else. So there's ways that you can upload activities that you've done and sync everything you have here with like a Strava or some other type of thing like Training Peaks is very good. So you could upload your data to Strava. You could include what kind of things you want to upload to Strava, and you could upload your ride. Right now I do not have my login set with this, so you would go to Tools, Options, and we'll do that now. Tools, Options, and here is where you would change your passwords. So you could input your Training Peaks, your Twitter, your Strava. So it allows you to upload from this program to other types of things like Training Peaks and Strava. Actually, let's go back into Tools and Options. You can update your athlete profile. You can change the appearance. This is a more power user kind of things, but very helpful if you don't like the colors. You can change them. Data fields, you can adjust your data fields and your metrics, and then you have your training devices. And I'll go through the training devices on another time, which is also another good feature. If you go back to General, input your crank length. This will help you to see what's called the quadrant analysis, and you can see the quadrant analysis here. You have your circumferential pedal velocity, and you have those pieces of data. They're helpful to see trends in your training and things. And I think that might cover it for an intro into how to get set up with the Golden Cheetah software.